Welcome back to All Access. I'm Kyle Rosner for this week's edition of Rowan Roundtable. I'm joined by Victoria Petruka and Liz Ditzel of the Rowan women's ice hockey team. How are you guys doing today?
Doing good.
I'm good.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Anytime. So, Liz, Victoria, I like to start off the show. Why don't you guys tell me a little bit about yourselves? What's your guys' major?
I'm a junior writing arts major.
Okay.
I'm from Lincroft, which is in Monmouth County, New Jersey. I do some other stuff on campus besides women's ice hockey. I'm a member of the peer referral and orientation staff, and I run a club called True Colors, which is a safer space organization for LGBT students.
It's amazing.
I'm Victoria Petruka. I'm a public relations major here at Rowan University. I'm quite involved with PRSSA and Praction, which is our student-run public relations firm here on campus when I'm not playing women's ice hockey. And I'm also from Monmouth County, like Ditzel, but I'm from Howell, New Jersey.
Okay. How did both of you get involved on the Rowan women's ice hockey team? Have you guys always loved ice hockey? Or?
I'll let you go first.
I've been playing ice hockey since I was 12 years old.
Okay.
But I stopped in high school because it just got to be way too time consuming. And last year I had no plans to join the hockey team. Like I heard they might be starting a women's team, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Good luck with that. And then our coach last year, Pops, kept emailing me because he heard from another player that I was a goalie, and he's like, well, we need a goalie. And he would not stop emailing me, and he's like, just come out to the interest meeting, And I'm like, fine, I'll come to the interest meeting. And I went, and I was like, all right, I think I'm gonna play. So it was kind of a return to the sport for me, which was definitely cool. I missed it a lot more than I thought I did.
Victoria?
I never actually ice skated until last year. I was going to the gym, and Coach Pop was like, hey, you look like you have strong legs. Why don't you play ice hockey? And I'm like, no, I'm not. I never ice skated. And he was like, just come. We only have 7 girls. We're not going to have a team if you don't show up, and we really need players. So I showed up, ended up loving ice hockey, and then just started playing, and I loved it from then on.
That's great. Now, your guys' season just ended, and you guys have won the state championship. You guys must be feeling very great right now.
Yeah, we're pretty pumped.
Pretty stoked.
Now, I understand you're the goalie, and you guys had a shutout game. You must be very excited. You must be feeling great about yourself.
Yeah.
What was going through your head during that entire game?
The entire game, I was trying not to think about like the S word, shutout, because I feel like that kind of jinxes it. But the entire time during the game, I was like, holy crap, this is actually, we might actually win this. And then as it got to the end of the game, I'm like, wow, I might actually not let in any goals, which is going to be the first time in a couple months. So it was definitely, it was really, really exciting. We were all really, really pumped. It was really cool.
Now, what team were you playing against during the championship?
NJ Phoenix.
North Jersey Phoenix.
I guess you guys have some sort of reputation with them?
They don't have a school. They are a composite organization from a bunch of schools in North Jersey and Southern New York. And they basically, they claim they're a developmental team, but they're kind of more of an all-star team by the rest of the league standards. The rest of the league, every team has multiple girls who have never played the sport before. So they had kind of dominated the entire season. We lost 5-0.
5-0 the first game. I think it was 3-0.
No, it was 5-0 the second game too, because I played that game.
Okay, so yeah.
And
wow.
they have a record for being high in penalty minutes. They have one girl who is number 24. She's a defenseman. She is gigantic and has the hardest slap shot I have ever seen from a girl. Probably the hardest slap shot I have ever seen, period. And I used to play with the boys in high school, so it's terrifying.
We all come off with bruises after the game.
I came off the first game that I played against them this season. She fired a slap shot in from the blue line and somehow managed to hit me in the arm exactly where my pads weren't.
Ouch.
So I had a bruise on my arm that was that big, but it was so deep that you couldn't really even see it. So that was that was an adventure.
Well, ice hockey does come. The sport is known for having its injuries. How do you guys deal with team members getting injured and maybe having to sit out of a game, considering you guys have such low number of players?
We didn't really have to adjust too much with that. I mean, our assistant captain, Erin Calderon, she's a defense. she has a separated shoulder, but she still wanted to play. She needs to get surgery after the season. But she was out for like 2 games. Basically what we do is we just roll lines. We only have enough for 3 lines and for like 2 lines for the defense, 3 lines for the offense. So basically what we do is we just adjust that way. We roll lines, figure out who's going to play what position, and just suck it up because that's all you really can do with 15 girls.
The other goaltender will sometimes skate out as a forward if we're missing people and everything. Like it's difficult, but we pull through it. It's an adventure.
Definitely is an adventure. How are you guys preparing for this upcoming season? Considering you guys just won the championship, I'm sure you guys are feeling very much on top right now.
Well, I won't be here because I'm a senior.
Oh, okay.
So, but I'm sure JC has you guys covered for next season.
Yeah, we're kind of depending on the coach to an extent, like to help with recruiting and stuff, because none of us really know what to do. I mean, I know a lot of us have just, I personally have just been pitching the team to like anybody who shows any interest, like remotely any interest. Normally they're like, yeah, I was thinking about joining, but it's really expensive. And I'm like, but there's payment plans. So you're just harassing people to play.
Mm-hmm.
We're losing 5 seniors.
Oh,
Which
wow.
is going to be tough.
That's gonna
definitely
be
next
rough.
season for the team.
Yeah, and then next season we lose both goalies. So like after next season. So it's gonna be crazy. A lot of recruiting.
Well, I want to thank both of you for coming on the show. I believe that's all the time we have. Definitely check out the women Rowan's ice hockey team. They need more players. So women, come play. That'll do it for this week's edition of Roundtable. I'd like to thank my guests, Victoria Petruka and Liz Ditzel, for coming on, stopping by. Thank you for talking with me. It's always enjoyable. And coming up after the break, Cody and Allie have more updates and recaps, so stay tuned to All Access.